Hey everybody, former high school football coach Tim Walsh here. Now in sports games, there's a thing called a playbook. Donald Trump's playbook is Project 2025. Imagine you're a goalie on the diamond trying to get a slam dunk. Oh, you didn't see that. You didn't. Go on. Nope. They want to add 20% to everything you buy.
Groceries have gone up 21% since Trump left office.
They want to control women's bodies.
My wife was fired for being unvaccinated while she was pregnant.
That's different. They want to put people in control that are loyal to them.
And you wouldn't?
They want to put people in the CDC who deny that medicine can make disease happen.
Tim, medicine doesn't happen. It's a substance, not an event.
This is Trump's plan. Project 2025. It's like a depressing 70s sci-fi movie, just boogie.
It was actually written by the Heritage Foundation, and Trump had nothing to do with it.
You son of a... You think I don't know how to use one of these, you little son of a... I shop at Carrabba's all the time.
Cabela's. You shop at Cabela's all the time. Carrabba's is an Italian restaurant.
I know where your mother lives.
Surprise! It's me, Angela, and welcome to Normal World. I'm the only one that's left. Joining me today, I have full white Gerard Michaels.
Yes. Angela, I am here because I ate the other two to take their place. Gobble, gobble.
We have one more.
Oh.
Dave Landau.
Oh.
You didn't eat me in that way. How are you?
What's up, David?
Hey, how are you both?
Hey, it's good to see you doing this Zoom without having to talk to a judge on the other end for a change, huh?
It's actually true. It's the first time. I only Zoom into this show, but it's good to be here. I couldn't come in today because I'm going to be in Toms River, New Jersey tomorrow. Going to get my plugs out right away because it's for Toys for Tots and stuff. So come out to that, davelandau.com. And then Sunday, I'll be in Buffalo with Matt McClowery.
Awesome. Go check those out.
That's phenomenal.
Do you have any dates you'd like to plug?
I do. I have a whole bunch of them. If people go follow me at Gerard vs. Evil, I got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. I'm in Texas tonight at the Plano House of Comedy, but this airs after I'm actually on stage. So, but yeah, I'm going to be in Austin this weekend, and then I'm in Florida. I got a bunch of dates in Florida coming up. Come check me out.
All right. Check it out.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well,
one more thing. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing, and please tongue punch that like button. There you go. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. We got
the internet could have a lot of fun with that as a GIF. What you just did right there.
Well, I do it every show, so nobody's done it yet.
Get on it, Giffies.
Let's talk about Obama.
Did you know that our anointed Lord and Savior Barack Hussein Obama doesn't understand how we got so toxic, divided, and bitter?
Oh.
I don't understand how we got so toxic and just so divided and so bitter, and I get why sometimes people just don't want to pay attention to it. And we all have friends like that. We have family members who just like, you know, it's all a circus out there.
Raise your hand if you think Obama's presidency had anything to do with that.
Really? The people that said, if you disagree with me, you're a racist misogynist and tried to make memes illegal have no idea how we got so divided and bitter? Like, does he not remember Kathy Griffin holding up Trump's severed head? Like, what are we doing here? Like,
And then
Oh,
go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
No, we're going to be on a delay, so you go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to bring up that was around the time, because racism was solved.
it was over.
It was over. 90s, early 2000s.
Ask
Wasn't a problem.
anybody who's a minority. They're going to tell you that.
Listen, I lived through it. My formative years in the late 90s, early 2000s. And look at TRL, all right? TRL, the number one song on TRL would be Backstreet Boys. The number two song would be Wu-Tang Clan. Number three would be Korn. We'd be sitting here in this perfect, amalgamation of different cultures in this crazy goth metal world that we had. And everybody was getting along perfectly. The best rapper on earth was white. The best golfer on earth was black. And nobody gave a shit until the banks screwed up in 2008. And Obama and his CIA guys were like, oh, let them fight each other. But he doesn't know how we got so divided.
Well, and George Zimmerman. When George Zimmerman happened, that's when all of that stuff kind of unloaded. Remember when Obama was saying, well, if I had a son. Yeah.
If he had a son, it'd look like Trayvon Martin, and there'd still be no picture of his boy wife pregnant. If he had a son too. So yeah, he condescends. He has hot chick energy, and it drives me out of my mind.
Like pretty privilege.
Like he condescends constantly, and it's just
I have that.
You condescend constantly as well?
I have pretty privilege.
You do look very handsome, David. You got a fresh fade.
I want to show Angela that because she has one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
It's a dog. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You're right.
You're Tim waltzing over there.
Your own show. No, Dave,
no.
we got this.
Oh no, I dropped the pen.
I'll step back.
No.
Yeah, dude. Dave, is there anybody that that's less self-aware than Barack Obama when he says things like that? When it's like it's you did this, bro. Like forever, you're talking to a guy. I hated Bush. I hated Cheney. And now the Democrats are using Bush and Cheney as like the reason to vote for them. It became for 10 years, 12 years in this country, you were either a racist or a misogynist if you disagreed with somebody trying to take over total control.
I've known both.
and he says he doesn't know. If he misogyny?
No.
I've never been accused of that.
Once or twice.
Never? Are you sure?
Never once. Never.
Not to your face.
No.
Listen,
They're
if they're
too afraid you're going to hit them like Kamala's husband.
I can't afford a nanny. Yeah, when
women.
Yeah, when they're poor, nobody really cares.
Well, if they're Democratic, it's fine to impregnate your nanny. I think it's all sides of the same coin, really. I mean, I think you have the Bush years that led into the fall of the economy with the housing market. Then we were trying to pick it up with an economic stimulus, which, I will say, I did get a 2.5% rate at that point, which, I realize it's not as glorious as today's 28% if you want to buy a house. And the fact that there'll be no future for any of our kids, you can certainly say that was the first domino to fall, and then it went right into it's been a really bad several years as a result of, I would say, the Bush administration and the Obama administration.
Yeah, and now don't let the Biden administration off the hook there either. The last 4 years have been an absolute clown show. Although I don't know if it's been Biden who's been running the show. So,
well, I don't know.
No, I think he hates Kamala. Absolutely, he hates her. You can tell. He's trying on Trump hats. He's embarrassed. He hates her.
He is the single pettiest man on earth. The fact that he put on Trump's hat.
Yeah, he hates her because he knows he doesn't have a shot to ever do it again. And the part of him that's evil that comes out of the dementia every little bit is just spite.
Yeah, that's all he has left. That's his only functioning emotion left is spite. I don't think it didn't get enough coverage when Biden put on the Trump hat. It would be like a quarterback getting pulled out of the game for poor performance and sitting on the bench and putting the other team's hat on and be like, all right, go Jets.
Yeah, just
fuck it.
Yeah. You're just sitting there in a Lion's helmet when you're an Eagle. Yeah. You're like, what are you doing? You're like, this is embarrassing. That team's never even been to a Super Bowl. Shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, I bet you wish I still had my helmet on. Could have kept me in the game, coach.
Yeah.
So
I don't play
crazy.
for you no more.
Yeah, man. Speaking of don't play for you no more, Bill Clinton was seen in Arizona calling Kari Lake physically attractive.
I thought, this is like a beautiful microcosm of the campaign that Kamala Harris is running for president. You got a person that grew up under sometimes challenging circumstances, who made something of his life running against someone who is physically attractive but believes that politics is a performance art. And where, like J.D. Vance, she has to be prostrate before the master.
Please never change, Bill.
Yeah. It's good to know that even after all the horrible accusations, you're still a pervert.
Well, you can tell, too, that he didn't want to say he was, like, physically attractive. But we can't vote for her.
Yeah,
even
the
though she's
funniest part
physically
was he trying. What analogy was he trying to make? Was he trying to be like, well, Kamala's not physically attractive, but Trump is, so it's basically the same thing? And it looked like what?
Well, he ends by calling J.D. Vance hot.
It's the eyeliner.
He's like, who else is a looker? J.D. Vance. I go a lot of ways. It's why I have so many bruises on me right now.
Yeah.
Is anybody else wondering how sick I am? He looks worse than Charlie Sheen.
What, J.D. Vance?
No, Bill Clinton.
I was like, he
Bill
looks pretty
Clinton.
good.
Yeah, Bill Clinton has that Vince McMahon physique now. Yeah, like that withering away. Something's positive.
Oh, something's very positive. It's at least it's way that it's way before any vaccine for HPV or hepatitis. He's got them all.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dollar Bill is it's funny too, man. I was telling Angela I just came back from Fantasy Fest in Key West, and their open relationship, the Clintons' very clearly open relationship is everything about what they call the lifestyle in the swinging world, which I'm clearly a prude. I can't even be around it, let alone handle it. And it's only one person that cheats. It's a cheater and a cuck. There's no such thing as swinging. They don't go back and forth.
Like both pieces of the couple, like one person really wants to do it and one person just kind of goes along with it.
Yes, there's a Bill Clinton and a Hillary Clinton. There is a swinger, a cheater, and a closeted homosexual. That's how it goes.
And that is why I have an upside-down pineapple on my door right now. If you come inside my house, you're getting fucked.
You're going to be coming inside.
Now, the funniest part about that is I would have never taken you for the top.
No. I'm a bottom.
Yeah.
But I fuck back.
He's a power bottom.
You're just over there Cardi B and back. You're backing up.
Just trying to force a soft guy into you who came over for dinner.
Try a popsicle stick.
How?
Yeah, he's like,
Splint.
yeah. I'm just taping him up. I'm like, look,
I'm
gonna put a toothpick in here, and you're gonna make it work. Something's gonna make it stand.
There's nothing but 14 uneaten Uber Eats deliveries outside Dave's hotel room door.
You finally go.
Yeah. There's a bunch of really crappy cars parked in the street in front of my house. They get towed away slowly. Hey, some guy, like 8 guys left their Chevy Cobalt that's all rusty in my driveway. Can you come get it? I don't know who they belong to.
Rusty Cobalt is actually one of the moves there.
It is. Oh, it is. Most of it involves rust or batter.
There's just I'm picturing the poor Uber Eats immigrant that has to show up to Dave's door.
What are you talking about, poor?
Yeah.
The lottery.
Dave opens up the door. Oh, howdy, sailor.
Yeah. It's just everybody's coming to my there's people coming by like, I don't understand your language. They're trying to show me a picture of somebody I have inside. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Good lucko.
Do you want to see the move I taught Kamala Harris and Tim Walz how to get ahead in public service?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, speaking, dude. It just seems like something where you're like, oh, it's great. I watched my wife have sex with another man while I held his hand. I'm doing good. Yourself?
Yeah, vote for me to be president. Yeah.
Speaking of, I don't know if you guys saw, but Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope from Insane Clown Posse have come out endorsing Kamala, so it's over. We can call it. The election's over.
Yeah, it's done. Thank you. Just gonna go ahead and have something to drink.
What's that?
What are you drinking there, bud?
It's nothing. It's just the fact that I'm going to have to go.
Hold it up a little more.
Violent J. Hold on.
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
It's Faygo Rock and Ride.
Oh, so you're voting for Kamala.
I am now. Sorry, guys. If he's going to go for it, I'm going to be the one who votes for Kamala.
Yeah.
They go to the polls.
So, Insane Clown Posse.
Hold on. Gonna read my Bible real quick.
What do you
Pull out the old Bible.
You just have that.
I do. I have all these things in my house. It's a real problem. And now I have a Faygo mess all over my computer.
Dave's
But it was
so
worth it.
Dave's so committed to the bit that he tries to seduce the immigrant Uber Eats drivers, and then he tries to read the Juggalo manual to the Christian Uber Eats drivers.
I do. I actually I kidnap them and I bring them to the gathering so we can have tent sex.
Can you read us? Can you read us from the Book of Juggalo? Can we get a passage of the Book of Juggalo? Yeah. And also, is it technically blackface what they're doing, or
no?
No. There's enough white on that. They're insane clowns. Let's not throw that out there like they did something wrong, Gerald. They're just insane clowns.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Gerald.
Yeah. I guess I deserve that.
Sheboygan Police Department reports that Juggalo members from Chicago recruited members in Sheboygan and established the big money hustlers there.
Vote for Kamala.
The word of the Lord, Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
From a letter of Beat That Bitch with the Bat, 1422.
Yes, I'm just saying, I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands. This is a real mess. Give me 1 second and you guys just keep going.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and cue up the next one there.
Well, I was hoping to talk to you about some of the debt strikes.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Super pumped about this. Let's do it. So I don't know if you saw I'm besties with Tucker Carlson now. It's like,
I did see you were making him belly. Actually, Kayla, can you pull up? There's a picture of look at that. Yeah. Look at you guys.
I mean, it's getting pretty serious.
You guys are besties.
Yeah, we got a promise ring and everything. But
wow.
So
serious.
Now everybody's been asking what I said to him to make him laugh. Like,
yeah. What was it? Can you reveal that?
I haven't revealed it, but for you guys, I will reveal.
Well, do it while Dave's gone.
Well, I need Dave to laugh because otherwise, it was a risky thing. But as Dave being the all-time great comedian he is, will get it. So, are you familiar with Cam Patterson and Kill Tony?
Yeah.
So Cam Patterson went on Kill Tony. And he looked at Tucker. Tucker was a panelist, and he goes, "My grandma hates you." And it was this whole thing. It was this viral, and Tucker was sitting there. He didn't know what to do.
Actually, I think we have it if we can pull it up from Kill Tony.
What's up, fuck nigga? You good? Hell yeah. Let's go. Tucker Carlson high-fiving. This is
crazy. My grandma hates you, nigga.
She doesn't mean it.
Yeah, the fuck she does. Yeah, she does. She can't stand your ass, dog.
So that was a great, very viral moment, kind of launched Cam Patterson's career there. So I go out to Tucker. I was like, "Hey, buddy, next time a black guy comes up to you and says, 'My grandma hates you,' say, 'I get it. I don't think my grandfather would have been a big fan of yours either.'"
Oh shit! That's what made him belly laugh like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Do you have a video?
No, I might, but I'm gonna keep that between us. But what I do have a video of is I talked to him about the citizen debt strike, my crazy idea to destroy the banking cabal that is enslaving all of us. And and he talked about it with Dave Ramsey, and I was super stoked about that, man. And I've been talking about this for years. For the 7 followers I have that are watching this, you guys are very excited to hear about this. But yeah, the citizen debt strike has been something I've been championing for years. And everybody's like, stop paying your taxes. It's illegal to not pay your taxes. They can put you in
What?
jail. It's illegal. They can put you in jail.
When did this start?
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
But
No,
it's
no.
not illegal. There's no
I've been
such.
getting raped by them for years now. I was just writing checks actually right before I jumped on here.
But there's. It's.
I'm loading a 22
Writing
for me,
bad
not
checks.
for them.
Yeah.
I'm writing.
Enjoy the
write
knock on
big-
your door in a second, buddy, and it's not
Yeah, I
going to
know,
be an
right?
Uber Eats.
I shouldn't have said that. Well, either way, he's coming in and getting fluffed. I'll tell you this. I'm dropping a lot of F-bombs today. I will tell you this, though. When you do write a check, write a giant fun, like you won a prize check whenever you pay the IRS. It's hilarious. It's like a clearinghouse sweepstakes, except it's for $23.
Yeah. Just do you put a memo on it so it goes straight to Ukraine, or do they have to process it first?
They oddly have to process it, but I know where it's going.
Yeah. It's so.
All I know is someone will die because of my money.
How funny is it? You grew up in Detroit, and you're giving money to the government to give to some arms dealer in Romania.
Anyone who's getting my cash, whether it's local tax or across the ocean, they're probably going to murder someone. So I'm happy about that.
So we don't finance murder. My whole thing is this citizen debt strike, and now I'm filibustering on somebody else's show. But the premise very, very quickly is you can go to jail and not pay your taxes. There's no such thing as debtor's prison in America. They can't go to jail.
That's Canada, though.
Yeah. So, that's the truckers. So
Also, Phil A. Buster is what I tell the DoorDashers that's my name.
Filibust him. So run up as much debt as you possibly can. Take out as much from the banks as they'll give you. These predatory guys, like Dave was talking before, 30% loans, doing student loans at 28% on kids. It's insane. Take all their money. Take whatever they'll give you, and then all of us, 10 million of us, don't pay back. We do our own Katrina. We do our own
together.
2008, and we say, okay, thanks for the money. Buy gold with it, buy Bitcoin, and be like, oh yeah, no, I'm not paying. And watch, they're so over leveraged. They're so incestuous with each other. One bank will default from their greed, and then it'll be a domino effect, and they will all go down.
But we'd all have to come together to accomplish one goal as American citizens. Do you think that that's possible?
Yeah, we were starting to do it. It was called Occupy Wall Street after 2008, and then they started a race war to make sure that we wouldn't.
That's very true, and we were the ones that bailed out. We are the ones that bailed out the banks. Taxpayers bailed out the banks in 2008 and 2009 after the housing market was destroyed. And the idea of that was we would have low interest rates. They could start loaning money again and doing it properly, not giving $500,000 home loans to people that make 30 grand a year like they were doing. There was supposed to be some kind of rules put in, and we were supposed to be able to kind of continue as a society with that, with limitations to what these banks could do. And it is the complete reverse. It's way more inflated than it was before, and I don't know how bad this collapse is going to be, but there's no way it's not going to be terrible.
Yeah, so to Dave's point, anybody watching this, go look at what the credit bubble was in 2007 leading up to the 2008 crash, and look at what our credit bubble is now.
Ooh.
It's higher now.
Higher? Brother.
Higher, and even with inflation, it's trillions, dude. Trillions.
Yeah, I believe the average, and now you're talking about our debt, our like actual national debt. I think it's like $5,000 a citizen now, like something insane. Every 3 months.
Credit card
but
debt
the credit card
alone.
Debt,
yeah.
And you have, I believe, I don't want to spread misinformation, but I believe credit defaults on commercial mortgages and commercial loans are up over 1,000% this year than last year. So 100. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. $1.142 trillion is owed to credit card companies, which is the highest balance ever.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we just take $1 trillion, eliminate everybody's debt, since we're doing it with, loans and everything else, and we're printing money, and then we'll just call it a good restart.
So now, if you really want to get crazy, and this is the type of stuff that'll get me offed by the CIA.
Oh, good.
We could take out this loan, right? Let's say it's something crazy. Let's say it's 100,000 people a state. What's that? 5 million people. That's one football stadium worth of people in every state. and we get 5 million people, and we all decide we're going to max out. We're going to take out as much debt as possible, and we're going to support each other through barter. All right, we're going to pay off each other's houses. And even if we didn't, there's no way they would have enough. They couldn't repossess everything, which too many people. Now, if we take that debt and we want to get really crazy, you can buy medical debt for 1%.
Yeah, and excuse it and forgive it.
And excuse it and forgive it. So imagine if 1 million of us decided that we were going to take out $20, $30 million, $40 million, $50 million, $100 million, use it to excuse everybody's medical debt at 1% of what's owed right now. And we can collapse the corrupt medical industrial complex and the fractional banking system all at the same time. Now, I like this because I'm very good in hand-to-hand combat, and I don't mind living in a medieval world. But I would, this is the type of stuff. Like when I was a kid, I used to dream about being a Major League Baseball player and like dating a model. Now, as a late 30s man, I dream about bringing down this corrupt temple and the citizen debt strike, and then coming together to buy medical debt is how we do it.
The problem with medical debt as well is that it was once established that it couldn't go into collections and you wouldn't have to pay for it, or at least if you were broken down to where you had payments over time, you would be somewhat forgiven and you could pay it over time. That's no longer true. They will send it into collections. Even if you've agreed to pay them a monthly fee, they can still send it into collections. It's absolutely crazy to do this to people who don't have the money, and what they charge for everything to make up for the other people that they pay for. It's why you're paying $5,000 for a syringe.
Yeah, and you brought it up before, man. Like, look, I love America. I am all in on the American experiment and what we stand for. But the American dream for my generation and the generation below me and all of us it's not what we were promised. We're living through a broken promise where we were all supposed to work hard and you'll be able to afford a house and you'll have access to world-class healthcare, world-class education, and you pay more taxes. And that was the whole Democratic thing, pay more taxes, get more services. We've paid out the ass in taxes. And all we've gotten is a depreciating return. So I say this all the time when people are like, oh, you want people to fend for themselves, you're a libertarian. Dude, if the government could prove to me that they would do anything other than kill people with money, I'd give them all my money. Go ahead. But what has our government done, especially in the last 15 years, to suggest that they deserve more, right? And that's, I didn't even like Trump back in the day, but I want Trump to win so badly just so I can see Elon Musk and RFK walk through the Capitol like Ari Gold on Entourage with the paintball gun, like afuera. I want him walk by. I want him live stream it on X. Elon Musk stuttering in his autism, giving people pink slips. Get out of here. You're gone. Like what did he do? He walked in with the toilet bowl or whatever at the Twitter headquarters.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
that's what I want.
That's what he. Just canning people right and left. I think it'd be beautiful.
Flush the bureaucracy.
The only Kennedy that's not been shot.
What a comeback.
Well, the one that I guess the plane crash was the other one. I'm sure that was an accident. And then, of course.
Oh, by the way, who is he running against in that New York State Senate primary?
Oh, it was Schumer, wasn't it?
It was Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Oh, it was Hillary Clinton. Oh, you're right. He was murdered for sure, allegedly.
While Bill was down in Key West, down in Fantasy Fest. Yeah, he was up for the New York Senate seat that eventually went to Hillary Rodham Clinton. And
wow,
that plane just.
Well, I'll tell you, usually a great pilot, but that one day, that one clear sky day that anybody would have flown in. What are you going to do?
Yeah, and that is the reason why after RFK left the Democratic Party, they lined up all those incestual freaks to go, no, we're still here. We don't like him. We like you guys. Take our money. Please don't kill us.
Well, speaking of freaks, have you guys heard that Harvey Weinstein has bone cancer?
I need you to read that exactly how it's written.
Oh, no. Harvey Weinstein has bone cancer. Bone cancer for the boner donor. Harvey Weinstein, the rapist who no prisoner finds attractive enough to rape, has been diagnosed with bone cancer. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his cancer. Harvey Weinstein went to the doctor, and the doctor said, do you want the good news or the bad news? And he said, both. And so the doctor said, well, the bad news is you have cancer. But the good news is you are going to die. So that's a positive.
Craig Rothfeld, Mr. Weinstein's authorized legal healthcare representative in New York State, expresses profound dismay at the speculation surrounding Mr. Weinstein's medical condition. Said Weinstein spokesperson Judah Engelmeyer,
Careful, Judah.
in a statement provided to Variety, it is both troubling and unacceptable that such private and confidential matters have become a subject of public discourse. Jude continued, it's also troubling and unacceptable that he's a rapist.
Correct.
Got him.
Thank you.
Maybe he should bring the cancer to the Four Seasons and force the cancer to...
From what I understand, he was showering in front of the cancer, and he thought the cure for it was jerking off in a plant.
Yeah, I think he was he was shocked to find out that cancer is older than 19 years old, though. So
I hope the cancer. You know what's nice? The cancer in his body is underage, and it's killing him.
Is it bad though that?
He's gonna know.
I kind of hope. I kind of hope he makes a couple more movies before he dies, because the movies have been really bad. They've been really bad.
Look,
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, the Weinstein Company made some films here. They made some films, like, you know, like, I get it. It's not fun, Rose McGowan, but I mean, I'd have blown him to be in a movie, you know?
Which movie?
Oh my! I would have done. Name it. If you put me in a Tarantino movie, I'll watch him shower at the Four Seasons. Why would I care?
Well, I think the most.
I'll help him. I'll put him in his bath chair because he's overweight. His shower chair, and I'll scrub his feet. And I only want a line in a Tarantino movie.
Just one line.
It's one, yeah.
At least
Featured
Tarantino.
extra.
Yeah, Tarantino was the only one too that was like, yeah, I knew. I mean, I didn't know it was like flat out rape, but I knew he was like chasing girls around.
Well, yeah, it's so funny the way he said it too. He's like, I thought he was just pinching butts or something. Like it was so weird, dude.
Everybody knew. Everybody, and at least he's saying, yeah, everybody, yeah, I knew.
Made some good movies though, man. Matt, you know, it's like, look, you gotta separate the art from the artist, Angela. Like you don't want OJ dating your sister, but he was a great running back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, is Michael Jackson
better murderer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but in fairness, you know, he lived for 40 years before, never killed anybody. Lived for 40 years after. Like
that we know of.
Do we know the whole story or?
He wasn't gonna do it again. That's why he didn't go away. They're like, I think he took care of the one that he wanted, and the other person just really shouldn't have been returning sunglasses.
Poor guy.
Nobody's returning sunglasses.
Oh man.
No.
Everybody was like, "You're a 35-year-old waiter. Come on."
It's LA.
Do me a favor.
That's true. Yeah. If you're
Everybody's a 35-year-old waiter.
This economy.
I don't know. Yeah, but back then, I mean, you could really make a go of it in LA. If you're a 35-year-old waiter, you
And
might as well
Jewish?
just be, yeah, and well, that even says how bad he was at it. You might as well just stab him to death in a yard while he holds your ex-wife's sunglasses. Because I just brought these back for her, and it's like, you're Jewish and you've lost in Hollywood.
Yeah, but he was returning the sunglasses, not keeping them. You know, so
Yes, sunglasses.
He was breaking the cycle.
From what I understand, he did take 15%.
Well, that's his right. That man had rights.
Mm-hmm. That man. That man
Hey,
has
tell you
rights.
what, guys. Speaking of rights, let's talk about your right as an American. All right, this year's election is about so much more than politics. It's about securing our borders, protecting our communities, and ensuring that when disasters strike, we have a government that actually shows up for its people. So first and foremost, on election day, vote. Vote. If you haven't voted already, vote.
Vote again, just in case.
Yeah, get as many as you can in there, really.
Yeah.
But also on election night, you're going to want to be a member of BlazeTV so you can join Dave and all the other Blaze TV hosts in our coverage of the 2024 presidential election. We're at a crossroads and the future of our nation is being decided in real time. Just go to blazeelection.com/normal and get $40 off. That's blazeelection.com/normal for $40 off. It's going to be really cool. We're going to have a lot of the hosts in different areas of the country covering stuff. And yeah, you guys aren't going to want to miss it. It's good. Are you putting it in your phone right now? Because you don't want to miss it.
I am not going to miss it. I will be
You
right
should not
there.
miss it. I will be in Detroit covering it.
Yeah,
So you're gonna see what happens to me in real time.
It's gonna be like Elijah, like the video of Elijah at the right after the car. You know what I'm talking about? Right after the Kyle Rittenhouse thing.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Dude, I thought of Dave and Derek when Lizzo was on stage with Kamala, and she was like, "Vote for Kamala. She's gonna make the country Detroit." And all I can think of is the third act of Barbarian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's do
want
this.
that.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, believe me, if we had an entire country that looked like Brightmoor, any single place in America would be better to live.
Is that where you're going to be covering it from, Brightmoor?
You should.
Yeah, well, where did they have to film the rest of that? They had to find some horrible country to match.
It was actually like the tunnel shots, I think, were shot in like England or somewhere in like Eastern Europe or something.
Yeah, it was in Eastern
No,
Europe
really.
in a pretty shady area. Yeah, I
And
think it was
Brightmoor.
like
Really?
Yeah.
They had to go with like war-torn ex-Bosnia
Yeah.
to like make it look like 80s Detroit.
that was the actual neighborhood of Brightmoor. And then they had to be like, how do we make this worse? And they had to find a country that, had just destroyed tunnels into like underground caves.
It's good to know that places like Brightmoor exist and Flint doesn't have water and nobody in Carolina will ever have a house again. But another $200 billion went to Ukraine last weekend. So
Fantastic. It's
good.
It's always that's a plus. But it's always the cities that sound like they're very pleasant that have very pleasant sounding names.
Brightmoor.
I mean,
Oh,
Brightmoor.
yeah. Brightmoor was always, it's
Deer
a very
Park.
bright place to live. Yeah.
It's like you're going to see a lot of cute deer.
Yeah, I like that's like the whole
Oh.
real estate thing. These real estate people are the worst people on earth when they're like, when something is old and decrepit, they're like, it's bespoke and pre-war. Like, which war?
Yeah,
We've
when
never
they're
not been at war.
They're zoning and they put all the white people in Detroit in a city called Grosse Pointe.
Is that what they did?
And there's a place called
Yeah.
Sulphur Springs. in
Really?
Texas.
Yeah.
Sounds disgusting.
That's
Sounds
But
like
it's
it smells
gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's nice.
Yeah, like that's what they do. Is
opposite.
they're like, we'll name it something terrible and put all the whites there, so it'll be great.
But so again, I was just in Key West. And I learned this thing called the Conch Republic. So
What's that?
they
It's a sex move that
Do you
the
say
gay
conch?
fellas do on rollerblades.
I couldn't find. Is it
You mean
conch or
conch?
conch?
Do you mean the conch, the food you eat, the lobster-looking thing?
Yes, it's conch. So the Conch Republic,
Conch or
God
conch?
came to my
Say
ear and
both.
told me it's conch. So they declared war on they segregated from the United States in the 80s, declared war on the United States, surrendered after 1 minute, and then immediately filed for $500 million in foreign aid.
That's how you do it. That sounds like a Gerard
I was like, this is what Chimney Rock should do. Chimney Rock, the poor bastards out there in Appalachia, should secede from the country again and and surrender a minute later and then call themselves the Republic of a New Ukraine and put in for a couple $100 billion, man. And maybe we can get some running water up there for those poor bastards.
I like your
We could
loophole
get
plans.
some. Yeah, I do too. I think we should do that in Michigan.
Yeah.
Start there.
We have all the fresh water up here, and we have a lot of room in Detroit. We really could become our own country with a lot of fresh water.
Yeah, it's all
I'm
about
just
the
saying.
water. I came for the waters.
You've got to look. The
Not
water
Casablanca
keeps you
crowd.
alive, my friend.
The water.
The water keeps you alive. Not oil, not anything else. Water.
Oh, are we going Mad Max here? Mad
I don't
Max?
know.
The Water
Yeah,
Wars?
no. Yeah, we're doing the opposite of Waterworld, where instead of sand.
I love it.
Isn't that what a nice movie where water's everywhere?
Yeah.
That was a bit rough, as opposed to
Dude, when
dry land.
When I first watched that movie and I was a kid, I was a child, and he had gills, I threw my shoe at the TV and walked out.
Even then, you knew.
Even then, I
It
knew.
didn't make you want to have gills. It made
like,
me want to
"Get
be one
outta
of
here."
gills.
Get out of
You
here,
didn't like.
Costner.
You didn't like that they said, "Look, it's Mad Max on jet skis," and they made it.
It's so true. That's what it's what
it
you're like. How can we rip off Mad Max? I don't know. Just do it in water.
Opposite. What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
opposite?
You know,
what's the opposite? of
I
a
like
desert?
that better than modern
Water.
Hollywood, where they're just like, make Mad Max black and gay. Like they're
They're
still
taking
doing
it,
the same
make it
shit.
gay.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
hated Furiosa so much.
Did it make
So
you
much.
Furiosa?
It made me
regret
Furiosa
that.
Part 2 so much. I seriously, I hated every second of it.
Don't get me started on the Penguin.
You know what might cheer
I
you
like
guys
the
up?
Penguin.
Oh, I haven't watched the Penguin yet.
I like it so far. I know you hate it. You hate everything. You're a contrarian.
That's very true. I don't like that. I don't like that he did that to me.
Well, it's
You don't
because
like
you're
that I'm
I feel very
No, I'm not.
exposed. I don't like it. I don't like it.
What? Okay, I called it as The Sopranos at the first episode.
It's 100% what
on
it is.
the air.
It's the
I know,
woke.
I
It's the
said
woke
it-
Sopranos.
I don't like the fact that there's a DEI hire that helps him around town. That I give you.
I don't like the fact that they took an attractive male and put him in like $35,000 worth of prosthetics to make him physically unattractive when you could have just hired a physically unattractive, overweight, ugly man.
I was literally right here for the casting, guys. Like, I've been eating my way into this for years. I put the work in.
I have a club foot.
It should have been you.
I know. I've been I don't really, but I mean, it would be nice if I did. They could have found a lot of people with a club foot looking for work.
Yeah.
Amy, do you have a filter on your Zoom right now? You look a sprightly 22 years old.
I actually don't have one. I don't know what it is. I think it's just blurry.
Is it the adrenochrome? Is that where you are right now? Are you
Gasoline on the lens.
That's what it is.
Right.
Finally, Hollywood's
Yeah.
letting him in, and he's like, I want it all.
Yeah, oh yeah. They've just been shooting me with Botox and baby blood since this morning.
He's got the Judy
I'm ready for
Garland.
the Oscars, baby.
Yes, I drink this. No, I'm with you though. I get that there's stuff wrong with that show, but I like it more than a lot that's come out.
Well, the bar is really low, but I will give you that there. Speaking of the bar being very low, do you guys want to play a little game with me?
Let's play a game.
You want to play a little game? Who done said it?
All right, Gerard, can you just kind of explain, like, tee us up a little bit about what the,
So this
By
is
the way, that stinger cost us $11,000.
It was the font.
Yeah, play it one more time, please.
Please get the money out of it.
Welcome back to America's favorite game, Who Done Said It, where Angela and David have to guess who done said it. I'm your host, Gerard Michaels, and Angela, David.
Wait. What are our options? Do we have like a multiple choice?
Well, the first question
Okay.
is multiple choice.
Okay.
Okay.
Who done said it? Trump or a cartoon character?
All right.
All right. And the quote is, first off, this swimming pool is not Olympic size. I want a high dive. What does that mean? It means depth for flips and twists. To me, this pool looks poorly constructed at best. Was that Donald J. Trump or was that a cartoon character?
Dave, why don't
Is
you
it-
go first?
I feel like it might be BoJack Horseman, but I'm going to say that you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say cartoon character, but I'm probably going to be wrong. I'm going to say cartoon character.
Angela?
No, I take it back. I'm going Trump.
Would you like me to read it again?
I'll
Please read
explain
it one
my
more time.
answer
Yeah,
after. I'm going to go Trump.
I'll read it in a neutral
Read it without
voice.
the Donald
Read it
Trump
in a
voice
neutral
because I
voice.
think it's messing me up that you're,
First off, this swimming pool is not Olympic size. I want a high dive. What does that mean? It means depth for flips and twists. To me, this pool looks poorly constructed at best.
I'm going to go cartoon character.
Cartoon
I can't think of a situation where he'd be explaining
Yeah.
to somebody about a pool.
I'm going to go. I just don't think he'd want a high dive at his age, but I mean, he could have said it at a younger age, but I got that. And it also could be Rodney in Back to School, but he's not a cartoon character either. So I'm going to say cartoon character.
And it is Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's a cartoon character. Put the points on the board. The next one, we get a little bit harder as we go, folks.
As they always say.
I got to empty the bladder. You got to get the demons out.
Yay.
The second one is Kamala Harris or Michael Scott. Kamala Harris or Michael Scott. I love Hanukkah because it really is about the light and bringing light where there has been darkness. And there is so much work to be done in this world to bring light to the darkness.
Oh, it's got to be Kamala.
I'm going to go Michael Scott.
The repetitiveness and the saying nothing. I feel like that's
She
Kamala.
definitely it definitely sounds like somebody on pills who had to come back around to what they were originally thinking. So it's very, very well could be Kamala, but I'm gonna go Michael Scott.
Yeah, because yes, yeah, agree. Same thing that Dave said.
It is.
Or I mean, like I'm going Kamala. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It is everybody's favorite Jamaican Canadian Hindu, Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, you win.
Michael Scott actually makes points.
She takes the lead 2-1. Let's go back to
Michael
Trump.
Scott's a better leader.
He says more.
Let's
He
go
was
back.
written-
Trump or cartoon character, guys.
Okay.
All right. My fingers are long and beautiful, as has been well documented, as are other various parts of my body. Is that Trump or a cartoon character?
That's gotta
That
be
was
Trump.
Trump.
Gotta
He
be
was right
Trump.
about small hands.
Hands.
That's Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
We got 2 more here. Kamala or Michael Scott? I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
I only know because I recognize it.
It's Michael Scott.
That's Michael Scott. We got Trump or cartoon character. You are very, very interesting and very, very perceptive. So interesting and so perceptive that I think we will now fight with knives. Trump or a cartoon character?
That one could go either way.
Wow. Say it again, please. Wow, that's a tough one.
That one is tough.
You are very, very interesting and very, very perceptive. So interesting and so perceptive that I think we will now fight with knives.
I'm going to go cartoon character because there's a lot of compliments in there.
I think I'm gonna go Trump.
We've got cartoon character. Space goes coast to coast. It is tied going into the last round.
Tied game.
All right.
Tie game. 2-2 going into the 5th. All right. Kamala or Michael Scott? Well, my weaknesses are actually
I'll
my
do that
strengths.
too. Yay.
My weaknesses.
Like how he dances. All right, sorry, go on.
My weaknesses are actually strengths. Was that Kamala or Michael Scott?
Oh boy. Boy, that is something they would both say.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I'm gonna.
Dave Landau, the winner. Trick question. They both said it.
Really?
Yes.
Dave.
Kamala and Michael Scott both said, well, my weaknesses are actually strengths.
That's amazing. You earned that win because
Thank you.
And that is the inaugural. Well, I got one more bonus if you want. AOC or cult leader.
do it.
Is there a difference?
If you're born in capitalist America, racist America, fascist America, then you're born in sin. But if you're born in socialism, you're not born in sin.
I think it's a cult leader because I don't think she would talk about sin.
Religion?
Yeah.
That was the giveaway for me, too.
It's a solid point. Yeah, I'm going to go cult leader.
That was Jim Jones. However, I found
swore
that
I
out.
was gonna name it, too.
It was Jim Jones, but how I found that out was by
Oh,
Google searching AOC socialism quotes, and Jim Jones came up. So
Well,
there's
I found
overlap.
out because my aunt tried to pass a note to a congressman on his way to a helicopter, and everything went awry there.
that can't be your aunt.
Yeah, she really messed up.
Is that really your aunt? It's for real?
No.
Oh my God.
like, wait.
Holy moly. Like, what?
Could you imagine if your aunt's known for trying to? I just love the whole. Everybody died in Jonestown because he got a letter from somebody and thought, "Ew," and crumbled it up and threw it on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think somebody was handing that to you for a reason?
Yeah, man. The CIA is coming. I'll give them something to come find. Yeah, so that's the inaugural game of Who Done Said It. The inaugural winner, Dave. Shockingly difficult game.
Thank you.
Good job, Dave.
$33,000 now for that stinger in a row.
Just send it to Ukraine.
Comes out of your pineapple budget.
Yeah, dude, it's getting pretty big.
Speaking of pretty big, both big and pretty, we've got Angel Reese.
Oh yeah.
Angel Reese may be
that?
one of the faces of the WNBA, but her time on court hardly pays the bills. The Chicago From the top, the Chicago Sky's all-star rookie last week revealed that her $73,439 salary isn't anywhere close to enough to help her make ends meet. I just hope y'all Why don't you do the quote, the female quote there?
Sure. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all, she said during a recent Instagram Live, according to ESPN. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Reese said her monthly rent payment is $8,000, meaning that a year's housing cost her $96,000, more than she earns in a full season. I'm living beyond my means, she joked. Her salary wasn't even enough to pay my car note, laughing that she wouldn't even be able to eat and wouldn't be able to live on her earnings from the league. She may be able to make some money, though, because the WNBA is releasing a new show, and the entire league splits the profits evenly after Caitlin Clark takes 50%. Oh, a new shoe.
She may be able to make some money, though, because the WNBA is releasing a new shoe, and the entire league splits the profits evenly after Caitlin Clark takes 50%. The new Air Flows, they're always ready.
Have you seen them?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, we got a picture.
Those are good.
Oh.
It's a fine shoe. The new Air Flows, always ready.
We all know that a woman's period is not a myth, like female ejaculation. What do you guys think? Is it a myth?
I've heard it's nothing but
You just said it was. I've heard it's urine, but that's what I'm paying for anyway.
I'm asking y'all's opinion. Yeah.
That's what I'm paying for anyway.
Well, you don't have to pay extra.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, look, I'll put down a tarp and we can pretend that I satisfied you, but we all know it's something to do with my mother.
Well, luckily we have somebody that we can ask about these things. Let's ask
Just
Dr.
put the
Steve.
Uber Eats on the floor with all the rest of them.
Dr. Steve. Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve, and this week, DL asks, my friends all say squirting is just pee. What's the deal? Have I been guzzling mouthfuls of actual urine every night? Well, DL, there's a lot of confusion on the subject of female ejaculation. Much of it came from the media frenzy around a study on female ejaculation in the Journal of Sexual Medicine titled The Nature and Origin of Squirting in Female Sexuality. Where did they get the funding for this study? Screw Magazine? Anyway, medical journalism led with clickbait headlines like, scientists say female squirting is just peeing. And as usual, the media journalists got it wrong. To quote the paper, 7 women without gynecologic abnormalities and who reported recurrent and massive fluid emission during sexual stimulation underwent provoked sexual arousal. The problem is that the women with massive fluid emission suffer from, or are blessed with, depending on who you ask, a thing called coital incontinence. This is the involuntary release of fluid from the bladder during sexual stimulation. On the other hand, true female ejaculation is emission of a semen-like fluid from the female prostate, aka the Skene's glands on either side of the vagina. This phenomenon is an undisputed fact in the medical literature. Depending on the study, the percent of women who ejaculate is 10 to 54%, and those who have coital incontinence is as high as 66%. So, some women ejaculate, some women have coital incontinence, some women have both, and this is where the confusion arises. What's wild is that 5 of the 7 had protein in their fluid called prostatic-specific antigen, which can only be found in ejaculate, but not in urine. So this finding proved female ejaculation is also real and concurrent with coital incontinence, but it was buried deep in most of the stories and not even mentioned in some of them. This study demonstrated something that had never been seen before. When stimulated, an ultrasound showed rapid increase in the volume of fluid in the bladder. When examined, the fluid was composed of nearly pure water. So it boils down to, what's your definition of piss? If it's simply any fluid from the bladder, then yes, coital incontinence is piss. So there's the truth. There's ejaculation and there's coital incontinence. Sex is messy, full of fluids. So just enjoy it and not worry about whether you're ruining the mattress. Just get some rubber sheets and have a party. It's easy. I hope that answers your question, DL.
Huh. So what he's saying is the female orgasm is fake.
That's not what he said.
Yes, it is. It's only real if you believe in it, like Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy or trans people.
Can we say that?
That brings us to trans news. Go ahead.
So a decade ago, Buffalo Bill, Jesse McGrath.
Yeah, let's see this picture. Let's see this picture of this. If you have it.
We
yeah, do. That is Buffalo Bill. That is somebody who hunts you in their house, and they're the only ones wearing night vision goggles.
Look at all the shoes that they've already gotten from their hunting.
I can't believe
It's a Jerry Bruto's thing.
Wow, that is a lot. Those are good hunting heels.
Yeah. You got to have a good pair of hunting heels. As a woman.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always said that.
Well,
and as a man.
Well, both, yes. So Jessie McGrath, a lifelong Republican, began a physical transition to make her body match her gender identity. More recently, she underwent a political transformation. Jessie McGrath and ICP. Trump is screwed. So
She says she was an NRA member and a lifelong Republican. Now, since she has undergone surgery and has no balls, she's voting Kamala.
Boom.
Nice.
This has been Trans News.
See, we think they're real. That's why there's nothing wrong with it.
I every time I come on this show, I'm flabbergasted the show is on the Blaze. It's my favorite thing ever. This is amazing. That's incredible.
Pretend like it belongs there so we can get paid.
I love this show so much. It's insane. Speaking of things I love, cocaine pizza.
Yeah.
German police on Monday raided a popular pizzeria in Düsseldorf accused of serving cocaine as a side dish. Police arrested the 36-year-old pizza manager who would sell cocaine to you if you asked for a specific pizza. Unfortunately, the code word was cheese and pepperoni, so everyone who went to the place got hooked on coke. Police became suspicious when people were sucking dick for pizza. Officers said they raided his apartment and found more than 3 pounds of cocaine, around 400 grams of marijuana, and 126 ounces of mozzarella cheese.
Oh, he's going away.
Oh, yeah. Going to the brick house.
I'm surprised any of the Germans even noticed, like, really, that there was any sort of cocaine in there. They're very wide awake people.
Yes, they've been
True.
They're dancing to all hours of the evening. They have lots of energy. In Düsseldorf, it's very nice.
Go in and ask for pizza.
Yes.
There's a special word.
In fairness, that's not as salacious as the pizza that you would order in D.C.
Oh.
That's
Anyway.
true. When they're like, what do you want on your pizza? And they're like, children.
I was trying to be subtle.
Well, yeah, there's no subtlety.
For the people that don't get what I was getting at.
Yeah. I'll have a cheese and
wink, wink.
pepperoni with sexy, sexy children. Oh, thank you for using the code word.
Yes. Gotta fly under the radar with that.
Oh shit, that's so funny. It's horrible that it happened, but it's so funny. You know, the funniest thing about that to me is I didn't know they had pizza in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have thought it'd be like cocaine pretzels or something like that.
Brats.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I feel like cocaine brats is a lot of fun. Like, oh,
If
do
you
that.
get, yeah, you get, it's not Italian sausage. It's just pepperoni and knockwurst.
Yeah.
That's it. Little bratwurst for you.
Once you have
Instead
the
of cheese,
cocaine.
it's kraut. Yeah, you don't care. You'll eat whatever. It's kraut.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Sauerkraut.
it's crazy. Like if you think about it, I mean, Germany probably needs cocaine, right? I mean, like.
Well, I mean, they like their stimulants.
They're big on what was it?
World
They
War
had those. Yeah, they had those guys on like a cocaine meth thing, and then they put them in tanks, and we're like, just go until you hit the water.
Yeah.
Well, before the Holocaust, which, you know, we can go back and forth on how real it was, but before that, when you look at the amount of crystal meth and every drug that was made available to the public just over the counter, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, they just put babies on heroin. They were like, oh,
Yeah,
is your toddler bothering you? How about a little morphine for that bottle there, bud?
They're like, yeah, it has a bit of a whooping cough. What do you think I should give it? Heroin, lots of it.
Yeah, that's the trust the science of 100 years ago, right?
It's the flavor the
Jufel
babies crave.
Yes, we've made it grape, and by grape we mean heroin flavor.
They won't care.
This Coca-Cola's flying off the shelves, buddy. What's the secret? I'll never tell.
It's got the sneezes. You better give it hiccups. Better do morphine about it.
Have some of this lead paint. That'll quiet that kid down.
Go ahead. Put it in its metal. Put it in its metal crib. That's dangerous to all babies when they get their head stuck. And give it a stimulant.
It's so
And then be sure to give it a baby cigarette.
Yeah.
Testas.
So
baby
funny.
cigarettes.
We're making
Unfiltered.
we're making fun of these turn of the 20th century idiots for how dumb they were, and now all these things are just put into syringes and we take them
I
voluntarily.
know in 100 years they're going to be making fun of us for.
Oh no, they're not. They're
Well,
not
there
putting
won't be a society.
syringes. They're just putting Kraft macaroni and cheese inside your baby. Except it's not as fun as morphine or heroin.
Yeah. Sorry, your kid can't have strawberries anymore, kid. But Monsanto's got to meet its quota.
Sure. We mutated blueberries to the point that it'll kill a diabetic. Sorry.
Whoopsie.
Bad.
So much sugar.
Yeah. It's so funny that like everything's come full circle where the only thing that anybody finds healthy anymore is fasting. Like our food is so poisoned, it's just like stop eating and you'll get healthy.
Yeah.
Just fast.
Which brings us to
The end of
the world.
the world.
I need a hero.
If you were selling cocaine out of a pizza place, what kind of pizza would you have the customers ask for? Angela?
Snorting ready.
Ooh,
David?
that's solid. I'm gonna go with German marching pizza.
Gerard.
I'm going to go with large cheese snow toppings.
That's good.
Ooh. See, that's a good code word. That's not when you're like, give me the pizza that wears Oshkosh Bagosh.
I want the sexy toddler pizza.
Can I get a side of Bugle Boy with my pizza?
Huh? Yeah. Is it Abercrombie and Fitch, a large? I saw you guys talked about that. I'm just shocked that there was human trafficking involved in a place where every time I walked into it in the 90s, there were giant black and white photos of naked kids playing in mud, tickling each other with sticks.
Yeah, they were really upfront about it.
It was always there. I was like, I don't
it's everybody in plain sight.
Say whatever you want, whether this is a conspiracy theory, QAnon, crazy stuff. All right. Explain to me the stuff that's 100% true, like the pictures that have been verified. Explain the paintings and the pictures. Go ahead and do that. Cocaine on the pizza makes more sense.
Isn't this a clothing company before the photo shoot when you're just standing there in whitey tighties in mud? And they're like, yeah, it is, but you're not going to be wearing any. Now,
all right,
pose.
give the boys their boner pills.
Exactly.
We have a photo shoot to do.
Time to send out a catalog where you can order 2 things if you know the right guy.
Listen, you walk into Harvey Weinstein Pizza, you get a Harvey Weinstein Pizza, friend.
And I'll take my boner suppressant.
Yes. But you don't get cancer medicine because you're in prison. Weinstein Pizza.
Weinstein Pizza Company.
Honestly, it's all still better than pineapple on your pizza. Knock that off, you animals.
That's true.
Well, I guess we should wrap it up then, Angela.
We should. Well, I always wrap it up because I don't like to have feeling in it.
True. My wife tells me the big ones hurt.
It's true. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. It was a weird one. I liked it. It was fun.
Oh, dude, this is. I thank you guys so much for having me. I love Normal World so much. Appreciate you guys.
Shout out some of your dates.
Sure. I'm gonna be at with Don't Tell Comedy in Stuart, Florida. I'm in Plano, Texas, at the House of Comedy tonight. I'm in Austin this weekend. I got, like I said, Stuart, Florida, and then I got Sad Man Comedy Cafe in Boca Raton and the Shamrock Comedy Club in Fort Lauderdale coming up. Check out Gerard vs. Evil on Instagram, where I'm very popular, and on X, where I'm very flaccid.
Well, that means you're doing something right. They're suppressing you. Dave, what about you?
This Friday, you can see me at Toms River, New Jersey. Honestly, all the proceeds go to toys and food for the people that need it in New Jersey, which after this economy is 94%. And then Sunday, you can see me at Helium in Buffalo. Matt McClowery will be joining me on both shows, so I hope you can make it out.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We'll be
What
all
about
back.
you?
Oh, yeah, me.
Look at you not
I forgot.
You got to pimp yourself.
I got to pimp myself.
Remember,
Angela does horror on YouTube, all one word. And I'm Normal Angela on social media. On Instagram, don't have a Twitter. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us today. Next week, we'll all 3 be back in studio. We have some really fun Halloween stuff for you guys. And yeah, so have a good weekend. Bye.